Hello, so I want to go over a few things today with concerning my Smas, which is superior mesenteric artery syndrome. So this artery syndrome is rare. Only less than 1% of the population has it diagnosed. Who knows how many people out there have this syndrome and they just don't know what's going on with their body. Okay, I was one of those people for 3 years. I had no idea what was going on with my body. My doctor diagnosed me with anxiety and depression at first. She said that was why I was losing weight, because I couldn't eat. I didn't have a taste for my favorite food. So she was like, boom, depression. Check mark, check mark, check mark. You list off these signs and symptoms of depression. So yes, it's depression. I don't blame doctors. They don't get taught this in their medical research book when they're going to school. It's such a rare syndrome. It's kind of one of those syndromes that I guess you just have to experience firsthand. Basically, I've been doing my own research, looking into news stories, looking into other people who have researched this, starting support groups with people who are actively experiencing this and need support and need help and need, just some encouragement, some uplifting, things like that. So like, I started my Facebook page. This is a private Facebook group. Message me, request to get in that group, and I will let you in. Okay, I will. You can be supported. You can get love and care there. I'm there to talk to you. You can share if you want. You can vent if you want. Literally, my page is for support. Me to support you, you to support me on my journey with Smas and on your journey with Smas. I have a lot of updates for you guys, but I had one person reach out to me via email, basically asking me questions about my Smas and wanting updates. And so I'm going to answer that right now. So this came from a young lady from Romania. Like, I love that, I'm getting people from not just different states, but different countries. I'm here in the US, the United States of America. So thank you so much for reaching out to me, Anna. I appreciate it. It says, "Hi, Jana. My name is Anna. I'm from Romania and I am 20 years old. It's been 4 months since I started feeling sick. Nausea early, feeling full for a long time after a meal, and chest discomfort after eating. After a few investigations, I also did the CT scan that confirmed my mesenteric artery syndrome. An angle of 18 degrees and distance 6 mm. The doctor told me that the duodenum was still not so compressed and the contrast substance passed through satisfactory. I consulted several doctors. They all told me that they had never seen such cases before and that they said that I did not actually have this syndrome, but the angle measurements say I have it. Everyone told me I had anxiety syndrome. I also did the x-ray and the barium, which says the substance stays in the stomach for too long and does not leak." That's that liquid, it's like a white liquid, thick substance that you drink down, and then the CT scan or x-ray scan, they can see inside your stomach. They can see that white liquid inside of your stomach, and that way, your intestines, when you have SMA syndrome, this is your intestines, this is the whole of your intestines. Your artery is clamping down on it, so it makes that hole a lot smaller than what it should be. And that white substance that you drink down is supposed to show how big that angle is of, how much those arteries are clamping down, and measures that angle. Let's see, the doctors told me that because of the anxiety, the barium had not leaked and that I had a lazy stomach because of the anxiety. That is just not true at all. Whoever said that, medically, the stomach, if my stomach, I know I have, a small hole, so it takes, a lot of time for my stomach to process food and to release it and to digest it. So that's what I'm assuming was happening with that barium liquid. It wasn't digesting fast enough, which happened to me also, but my doctor said I had Smas, which was the reason why it was, slowly digesting. But this doctor in turn told her that it was slowly releasing because of her anxiety. So even seeing with the eyes, doctors still, because they don't know something or because they don't research enough about something, they're still thinking of other causes and other things that it can be, because it's something that they're not used to seeing. It's something in their practice that is new to them, So let's see. So this is my story. I watched your YouTube videos and I would have some questions. So the first question: after you have gained weight, do you feel better? Do you still have any symptoms related to SMA? So, if you watch my other videos, you'll see how skinny my arms are. My arms are still pretty skinny. My chest has always shown bone right there. My stomach is barely there. It's pretty flat for the most part. So, I'm gaining weight. I'm reaching my weight goal. It's hard to gain weight still, but I've been working with a nutritionist. I've switched from seeing her once a month to now seeing her once every 2 months, because I'm doing so good with my weight and I've gained so much. I do feel a lot better since I've started a consistent diet with breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now, I was consistent on that for, I'll say, 2 months, but then I started to not be so consistent with it, just because life, work, schedule changes, and I had to get back on that schedule. So now I'm back on that schedule. It's been a few weeks now. I've been eating 3 times a day, trying to. I am 5'9.5". That is my height. And my weight right now is 150. And I'm pretty satisfied with it. I'm pretty happy with it. So it's good for me. That's still a good ratio for height and weight for me. So then she said, do you still have symptoms? So yes, I get nauseous. I have to take my nausea pills. I still have my nausea pills that I get from my doctor. I don't take them as much as I used to, because added with the SMAS, I also had a problem with gastritis, which is where the stomach lining is inflamed. So I have to take my acid blocking pills every day, which has helped with my nausea, because the gastritis, I feel like that was affecting my stomach a lot and making the SMAS a lot worse than what it was. And in turn, the SMAS, could have also been the reason behind the gastritis, because with SMAS, my intestines being closed off and being pinched, it's like, that food goes down, but sometimes it comes back up. And when you throw up a lot, that can inflame the stomach lining. But I haven't thrown up, frequently as I used to. I feel like this is a good bout of time for me to where I haven't been throwing up. I have been getting nauseous, but it's okay. I'm managing that. It's just a thing of me working with my nutritionist, gaining weight, getting better with making sure I eat high proteins and fatty foods. That way I feel nourished. I feel better physically. I had low energy before I started working with my nutritionist, getting these proteins and vitamins in me. I had low energy. I didn't want to get out of bed. I couldn't even work a full day's work or even get out of bed to go to work, because my stomach was so messed up and my eating habits were so bad and they were so off schedule that I just needed to get that balanced diet and schedule to help my stomach to feel full and maybe even stretch a little bit, here's the second question. From what you have documented, do you know if you can live with SMA normal syndrome after you have gained weight and you feel okay? So this varies from person to person. From the research that I've done, from the people that I've talked to, one lady had stomach issues to the point of, she had to get surgery. And even after the surgery, she still had complications due to SMAS. So it depends on how bad the degree of the angle is of your SMAS, and it also depends on how fast you get to the problem to help to try to fix it, because this problem is still in research. Nobody knows how you get it. There's many different variations of how you get it, of what happens after you get it, and how to deal with it, or even how to treat it is still being researched. But personally, me, after I've gained weight, I feel healthier. I feel like I have more energy, and I have found that, I can get more work done in my work day since I've been working with my nutritionist, eating 3 meals a day, high protein, high fat. But the thing is, I can go on about my day without the crampy pain, like having to hunch over, walk like I used to. Before, I didn't know what was going on with my stomach. I thought I was literally dying, crawling to the bathroom. So now that I've taken some steps to manage the SMAS, and also the damage that SMAS, causes along the way, like the gastritis that I had. Me taking those acid blocking pills have helped, in one or more ways with the SMAS. Working with that nutritionist, just helps motivate me and helps keep me accountable for trying to eat, even if it was for the first few weeks or few months, me forcing myself to eat, at some point during the day. Because at one point I was eating, sometimes I'd go all day without eating. Sometimes, I'd eat once a day, most of the time. And that was when I was my lowest. I was 119. I was so skinny. You can watch it in my old videos. But I feel like you never feel completely okay, but you feel well enough. That's what I say. I feel well enough to get through my day. And I feel like a lot of it has to do with the mental support, the emotional support. As far as the physical support, it could be hard to get that from the people that you trust the most. Like, you go to a doctor, it could be hard to get that physical support and to get your needs met when you have it. But that's why you have to be your biggest advocate with this syndrome. You have to be your biggest advocate and make sure that the doctors know what's going on, and they know you did your research, so they need to do their research and help you, okay? Can this syndrome cause other diseases in your body? It can. So I actually have another rare syndrome with my blood vessels. It's not as rare as SMAS, but it is May-Thurner syndrome, which is the main artery that goes down, one side of your body all the way down your thigh with the main artery. That artery is being pinched by another of my blood vessels. So I always have to check for that, because they say with the blood vessels, you can get blood clots. If something's pinching a blood vessel or something, you get blood clots easy. So they have to monitor that every 6 months. They have to make sure it's okay. I actually just flew in from Punta Cana, and my legs swelled up, my ankles swelled up, my feet swelled up so bad. And they said that it had to do with, my rare syndromes and my blood vessels being compressed, and that I have to be extra careful when I'm in another atmosphere or up flying and the different pressures and stuff and I have to get up out of my seat. I have to walk. I have to make sure I'm stretching and everything, because with my blood vessels, I am prone to swelling up or just prone to different problems, with this syndrome. So that's just an example of some things that I've had to personally deal with this syndrome, along with other complications that have happened because of it. So then the fourth question was, I was scared by a doctor that you could have gastroparesis. Do you know anything about that? Gastroparesis, let me look that up really quick. This is why I love you guys to email me, like comment below, because then I can do more research on this and this helps me. Okay, gastroparesis is a condition that affects the normal spontaneous movement of the muscles in your stomach. Okay, so ordinarily strong muscular contractions propel food through your digestive tract. Okay, so gastroparesis affects the normal movement of your muscles when they digest. So she said a doctor scared her with that. Let me see, she was scared by a doctor. Okay, so I mean, I think maybe, I'm not too sure in your case what could have scared the doctor or what underlying issues he may have seen or anything, but if the doctor thought you had gastroparesis before he knew what was going on or even about SMAS, it could be a thing of him just, just throwing out different diagnoses to see if those are the possibilities, because he himself doesn't know, and it's still, the disease is being researched. So that could be a possibility. Okay. And then it says, how are you feeling now? Thank you for asking. I'm feeling good. My stomach, I love to have my cup of coffee every morning and even like throughout the day, but my stomach can't handle it all the time. And today is one of those days, even though I have it drinking right now, it's, I have work. So sometimes I want to make myself stay up, and caffeine is caffeine. Coffee is life. I love, who doesn't like coffee? Comment below if you like coffee. But if you don't drink coffee and you get caffeinated some other way, let me know. I don't want to hear about Red Bull, okay? I've had Red Bull before. It's a very tasty drink, very good, but I don't know. I like coffee, but if you know something easier on the stomach that I can get caffeinated with, let me know. Do you know people who have had surgery? Do they feel good after surgery? So I know a few people who have reached out to me. Some people have said that they feel better after surgery. Some people, tell me it's just one step at a time. They're still, adjusting to it. And also people have told me that they still have complications even after surgery. And then she said, I'm very scared of this syndrome. Thank you from the bottom of my heart if you answer me. Okay, so Anna, I don't know your specific situation or how bad it is or what you go through day to day, but I just want to let you know and encourage you to stay strong and connect with me on Facebook. I have a private Facebook group for SMAS. Connect with me on there. Anybody watching this, if you deal with SMAS, please get support. There is support on my Facebook groups. There is support in these comments. If you want to leave me a comment, if you want to join my Facebook group, I'm very active on there. Let me know, how I can help you. Let me know even if I could just support you by discussing your diet with you. On my Facebook page, you can discuss your diet. You can discuss, what you ate. People check in on you if you ate today, how you're feeling. Connect with me, please, you guys. I don't want you guys to be scared. I don't want you guys to be out here thinking that you have to go through it alone. When I had my syndrome, I was so scared when I first started having symptoms and going through it. Doctors didn't know, friends couldn't help me, family couldn't help me. It was very, very sad. It was depressing. It was painful, and it would have made all the sense in the world, and it would have made my whole day if I had somebody to reach out, somebody that was going through the same things, and someone to just tell me, hey, it's going to be okay. You're going to get through it today. Tell me what's going on today, So reach out to me, join my Facebook groups. And you guys, look at your success. Continue to process and stay blessed. And I'll talk to you guys another day.